Evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to today's education based Indiana High School Athletic Association Varsity Boys Basketball. This radio coverage is made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO, that's Rob Kendall. Rob Kendall will mention you can find him 10 a.m. to 12 noon weekdays. Just go to robkendallshow.com. You'll enjoy. That's Rob Kendall. A brand new daughter, about a year and a half, maybe 2 years old. That's Olivia. You'll like Rob. We'll mention tonight's ball game going to feature the Hamilton Heights Huskies. They're going to wear the white uniforms. Tells me they're going to be the home team. And then over to the other side of the court, it's the Delta Eagles. They're going to wear the dark blue uniforms. And I'm getting ready for basketball. We'll mention the first game just concluded. Yorktown and Connorsville started out good and finished with Yorktown getting the win 63-47. So they'll play tomorrow. Yorktown will play tomorrow night. It'll be a 7 o'clock championship game tomorrow night. I do apologize. PutMeInSports.com cannot be here. We'll mention it's a family item, and it's all good. But it was told to me about a couple of months ago that my subscribers got something to do. There's no problem whatsoever. Hamilton Heights, when they win tomorrow night, PutMeInSports.com will be back for regional competition and throughout the remainder of the postseason. So we do thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention a little bit about each school. First, we'll mention a little bit about the home team on the scoreboard. That's the Hamilton Heights Huskies. Hamilton Heights Huskies, their school was founded in 1965. It became actually Hamilton Heights Huskies in 65. It was Jackson Central. They were the Eagles. And don't forget the Walnut Grove Wolves. Much a part of that, too. Mr. Bob Gordon, absolutely. Enrollment at Hamilton Heights, 687. Back home, their gym capacity, 3,006. As you know, this is sectional number 24. It's Class 3A. 6 teams in the sectional. As you know, it started out with the Patriots, the Tigers, the Trojans, the Huskies, the Spartans, and the Eagles. The principal at Hamilton Heights High School is Whitney Gray. The athletic director is Kurt Ogden. The athletic assistant is Lee Ann Moffitt. And the athletic trainer, she does tremendous work. That is Dr. Jan Clifton. God, appreciate her, and I'm sure a lot of athletes do just the same. We'll mention Hamilton Heights High School is located at 25802 State Road 19. That's Arcadia, Indiana, 46030. You can dial them by telephone by dialing 317 984 3551. On the athletic website, I should say the website, that's hhsc.org. They wear the collars orange, white, and brown. They perform in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. There are 9 teams in the Hoosier Athletic Conference, and they had a crossover game. They stacked up like this for this year. And number 1 finished 4-0 in the West Division. They're currently 19-4. West Lafayette, the Red Devils, number 1. At number 2, Logansport, the Berries. Number 3, Benton Central, the Bison. Number 4, Western Panthers. Number 5, Hamilton Heights Huskies. Number 6, Central Catholic Knights. Number 7, Twin Lakes Indians. Number 8, Tipton Blue Devils. I should mention Tipton Blue Devils on Tuesday night. They went against the Taylor Titans. Taylor Titans, matter of fact, in overtime right now with the Sheridan Blackhawks. If you didn't know, Keith Baxter keeping me informed. Keith Baxter knows more about sports than I'll ever hope to. But anyway, we'll mention Tipton Blue Devils went against the Taylor Titans and just fell in overtime. I think it was a 3-point game. And we'll mention the number 9 cheer Rensselaer Central Bombers. Hamilton Heights, we'll mention that they're currently 14-9 on the season. They finished in 5th place out of the 9 teams in the Hoosier Conference. Offensively, the Huskies per game average, that's 23 games I do have 23 game stats, statistics for both teams tonight. That makes it good. Keeps me from trying to lie about a stat because when they go to the foul line, I like to be correct. And we'll mention Hamilton Heights offensively 60 points per game. Defensively, they're giving up 54 points. The head coach of the Hamilton Heights Huskies is Mr. Chad Ballinger, working in year number 19 at Hamilton Heights High School, 259 wins, 181 losses. He's a 26-year varsity head basketball coach. His overall record is 335 and 264. Next game on the agenda, Hamilton Heights. Tonight's winner of the contest, Delta and Hamilton Heights, will play tomorrow night. They'll go against Yorktown. 7 o'clock start time. That'll be Class 3A, Sectional 24 championship game. Put Me in Sports cannot be here. So we'll mention a little bit about the Delta Eagles. Delta Eagles, their school was founded in 1967. They have a school enrollment of 798. Back home, Delta High School, they have a gym capacity of 4,800. And again, we'll mention Class 3A Sectional 24, sixth in that sectional. Jay County and Yorktown, they went at it on Tuesday night. Yorktown got the win 52-46. Second game Tuesday night, the 3rd of March, Hamilton Heights got the win over Newcastle 59-42. And Connersville just played in the 6 o'clock game. They fell to Yorktown 63-47. And tonight's nightcap here on a Friday night going to be the Delta Eagles and the Hamilton Heights Huskies. We'll mention Delta Eagle High School. Their principal is Joey Gossett. The athletic director is Lindy Bratton. The athletic secretary is Rhonda Donham. Delta High School, located at 3400 East State Road 28, Muncie, Indiana, 47303. You can reach them by dialing 765-288-5597. Their website is DeltaEagleSports.com. That's singular for Eagle. DeltaEagleSports.com. They wear the collars navy, gold, and white. They perform in the Hoosier Heritage Conference. Hoosier Heritage Conference made up of 8 teams. At the top this season is Mount Vernon, the Marauders. They finished 7-0 in the conference, 22-3 presently. Number 2, 5-2, 17-6. And number 3, Shelbyville, 4-3, 19-5. Number 4, New Palestine, 4-3, 13-11. Number 5, Yorktown, 15-8 on the season. And number 6, Delta. The Eagles going to play the Huskies here in just a few moments. They're currently 13-10. And number 7, Greenfield Central. Greenfield Central, they're hosting a sectional. They are currently 11-11. And they're going against Anderson tonight. They going to play Anderson at a home game, but it's a sectional home. At number 8, Newcastle. Newcastle, they finished the season at 10-13. 6:07, clock moving down here in pregame. We'll mention Delta Eagles have gone on into their locker room. Hamilton Heights Huskies still shooting around. They're using the lines, left side, right side, passing to one another, taking some shots. And we'll mention what happened. We'll mention what happened on Hoosier Conference Tuesday night. March the 3rd, this was round 1 finals, 4 games involving Hoosier Conference members. We'll let you know at Logansport, Class 3A, Sectional 23. Northwestern defeated Twin Lakes 74-52. Class 3A, Sectional 24 here at Newcastle. Hamilton Heights defeated Newcastle 59-42. At Elwood, you already know, Class 2A, Sectional 39. It took overtime for the Taylor Titans to get by the Tipton Blue Devils. Final score 59-53. And in Class 1A, Sectional 53 at Fountain Central, Central Catholic went against Faith Christian. Central Catholic 80, Faith Christian 53. And Class 3A, Wednesday, last night, ball game last night was Western and West Lafayette. And we'll mention a little bit about the Hoosier Heritage Conference. Hoosier Heritage Conference for Tuesday night finished up like this. So March the 3rd, first round, final scores. There were 3 games involving the Hoosier Heritage Conference. We'll let you know. Class 4A, sectional number 9 at Greenfield Central. Anderson and Pendleton Heights. Anderson got the win, 53-51. At Newcastle, you know this final. You might. Class 3A, sectional 24. 6 o'clock game here on Tuesday. It was Yorktown and Jay County. Yorktown got the win, 52-46. Class 3A, sectional 24 here at Newcastle. Second game, 7:30 start time. It was a little bit later than that. That was on Tuesday. Hamilton Heights went against Newcastle. Hamilton Heights got the win, 59-42. And then I should say Wednesday night, New Palestine went at it with Ron College. And we'll mention a little bit about what's happening tonight. Tonight in the Hoosier Conference, 5 games, sectional semifinals. Hoosier Conference members, here is who is involved tonight in the Hoosier Conference. Logansport, they're going against Northwestern tonight, 6 o'clock start at Logansport. That's Class 3A sectional 23. 7:30 start tonight. You know, it's Delta Eagles and the Hamilton Heights Huskies. Class 3A sectional 24 right here at Newcastle. And Rensselaer Air Central, they're going against Western Boone tonight. That's Class 2A sectional 37. 6 o'clock game. It's at Delphi High School. 7:30 game, also at Delphi, Class 2A, sectional 37. Second game at Delphi tonight is Benton Central in North Montgomery. And then the 1A contest is sectional 53. 6 o'clock start at Fountain Central. Covington going at it with Central Catholic. Now we'll let you know what's happening in the Hoosier Heritage Conference tonight, Friday, March the 6th. 5 games on the agenda. In Class 4A, sectional number 9 at Greenfield Central, Mount Vernon Marauders at 22-3 are going against Muncie Central tonight, 6 o'clock ball game. Also, Class 4A, sectional number 9, again at Greenfield Central, the 7:30 game. The 11-11, it's Greenfield Central, the home team, going against Anderson Indians at 16-7. Class 3A, sectional 24 tonight. You know that. It's here at Newcastle. It's already concluded. It was a 6 o'clock contest. It was Connorsville that started the game at 14-9, going against Yorktown at 15-8. And then we'll mention Yorktown captured the win, 63-47. And the next game tonight, it's going to be here at Newcastle. They're saying about 7:30, and not going to happen. It's 7:31 on the T-Mobile wristwatch. Delta Eagles at 13-10, going against the Hamilton Heights Huskies at 14-9. And then the final game listed here, Hoosier Heritage Conference, Class 3A, sectional 28 at Greenwood High School. Shelbyville 19-5, going against Greenwood at 14-9. That's a 6 o'clock game. Likely has concluded. We're getting ready for ball game. 48 seconds left in the pregame basketball here on a Friday night. Thank you. So we're gonna got the officials going by the scores bench here, knuckling up to everybody. That felt pretty good. So 30 seconds left. They have already observed the national anthem. They're going to have the starting lineups. And we'll do the same. We'll mention starting lineup for tonight's game first for the visiting team, the Delta Eagles. They'll start like this. Wearing number 3, 5'10", he's a senior. 10.7 points per game average, Lucas Bragg. Wearing number 4, he's a 6-foot junior. 6.4 points. Per game average, Matt Ramsey, wearing number 5, 6'2". He's a junior, 9.1 points per game average, 6.3 rebounds per game. Chase Phillips, and wearing number 11, 5'9". He's a sophomore, 9.7 points per game average. Brian Lynch, and wearing number 50, he's 6'7". He's only a freshman, 8.2 points per game average, 6.2 rebounds per game average. Walker Johnson. The head coach for the Delta Eagles is Mr. Mark Detweiler. And we'll mention a little bit about the Hamilton Heights Huskies and their starters. Starting lineup for Hamilton Heights, wearing number 4, 6'3" senior, 18.8 points per game average, 3.9 rebounds. That's Reese Knapp. Wearing number 5, he's 5'10". He's a senior, 2.3 points per game average. Austin Day. Wearing number 10, 6'1" junior, 5.4 points per game average. Will DeStefano. Wearing number 22, 6'1" junior, 10.9 points per game average. Jack Chakasula. Wearing number 23, that's 6'3" junior, 12 points per game average, 7 rebounds per game. That's Jackson Mikesell. The head coach for the Huskies is Chad Ballinger. I did neglect to mention, I want to mention, the head coach for the Delta Eagles is Coach Mark Detweiler, working in year number 9 at Delta High School, 166 wins, 64 losses. Overall, he's working in year number 28 as the head varsity basketball coach, 401 wins, 257 losses. And as you know, the winner of this game will play tomorrow night. They'll play a 7 o'clock game versus Yorktown. And PutMeInSports.com will not be here. Appreciate you listening tonight. And we'll catch up should the Huskies advance to the regional. So I'm going to jump it up right now. Hamilton Heights going to line up in a group right there. Going to group it up. Jumping center for Delta is going to be number 50. The freshman, he's 6'7". That is Walker Johnson. Jumping up for Hamilton Heights, number 23. 6'3" junior. 23 is Jackson Mikesell. So 7:35 on the wristwatch. Whistle blows. Here comes the toss. Toss is great. Get to the backcourt by Delta. One of the best tosses I've seen this season. Not too tall, not too short. Ball's in the front court, Delta Eagle. Out top of the basketball. They move it out top again. Number 3, Lucas Bragg. Lucas Bragg, the point guard. They'll work at number 50, Walker Johnson. Top of the circle. They'll move it around the perimeter. We're going to back out top. Number 4, Madden Ramsey. He'll find teammate Brian Lynch. Now back. Chase Phillips. 3-point shot in the air. Good. Left elbow extended. Credit the 3-point shot good by Lucas Bragg. He's shooting 33% from 3-point land in the front court with the basketball. Jack Chakasula works at right side. Will DeStefano out top. Reese Knapp. Reese Knapp and they should back off. Jack Chakasula. It's going to be tipped away, going to be picked up by Delta. Delta in the backcourt. They're across the timeline on the dribble. That's number 11, Ryan Lynch. Ryan Lynch going to give up the ball. Bring it back around. That's Lucas Bragg, point guard. He'll give the ball up again to Ryan Lynch. Using the weave out there beyond the arc. They'll work at left side. Number 3, Lucas Bragg. Out top, being guarded there by Jack Chakasula. They'll work at right elbow extended. 3-point shot to the Delta Eagles. Number 4, Madden Ramsey. Ramsey shooting 49% behind the arc. Now 48 for 96 on the season. Bring it in the front court. Going to bring it back around. That's Austin Day. So 6-0 contest. Huskies in the front court with the basketball. From the corner baseline. 3-point shot rims off. Shot taken there by Reese Knapp. They'll track the rebound down. Going to be a push foul. Trying to get to the basketball. Probably didn't know he was doing the push, but the foul's going to be whistled on Delta. They're going to whistle this foul on Delta Eagle number 5, Chase Phillips. He has one. Team has one. Hamilton Heights going to bring the ball in from side court. It's going to be brought in by Will DeStefano. DeStefano toss it in slightly. Uncontested. Austin Day tried across the timeline. Working left side. Chakasula back to DeStefano. I should say out to Austin Day. Now back out 23. We're going to back around, and Mike's now back 3 snaps straight away. We're going right side. Takasula to the corner. Mike'sel for 3. Shot rims around. Got it. A friendly bounce. Don't see many bounces like that. A 3-point shot good by Jackson Mike'sel. The 6-3 contest. Delta in front. Deep in the front court on the dribble, number 11, Ryan Lynch. Back out top, moving the basketball, Chase Phillips. Behind the arc, he'll work it around. He'll dribble in the paint. He'll float one up. Shot wouldn't go, got his own board. Reverse layup wouldn't go either. Those 2 shots taken by Ryan Lynch. Rebound, Hamilton Heights. Hamilton Heights has numbers in the front court. We're working outside the arc. Left, right elbow extended. Shot wouldn't go for Mike'sel. Rebound out of there, Delta Eagles. Delta Eagles going to bring it to the timeline. Jack Takasula going to guard full court. That's number 11, Ryan Lynch on the dribble. They'll work it right side. Triple threat. He'll dribble a couple times. That was Chase Phillips. Out top, Walker Johnson getting a little bit involved here in the offense. Freshman, 6'7". Out top with the basketball on the dribble. Crossover dribble, spin move in the paint. He'll kick it to the corner. 3-point shot off the backboard. Wouldn't go. Rebound put back is good. Walker Johnson, that 3-point shot from the corner was missed by Lucas Bragg. An 8-3 contest. Delta in front by 5, but we're down the paint. Off the glass, shot wouldn't go. From the paint, that was Mike'sel. Rebound, Delta Eagles. So the Delta Eagles going to bring it to the timeline at a walk pace. Going to work it left side, out top, Jack Takasula doing the defensive mechanism. He guards full court. He's got some wheels. So we're going to right side. We're going to call an offensive foul. Walker Johnson got it just outside the paint, left side of the baseline, and backed his way in. They're going to call an offensive foul on Johnson. He'll pick up his first foul in the contest. And that's going to be the second foul here in the quarter on Delta. Hamilton Heights yet to commit a foul here in the first quarter. An 8-3 contest. Delta Eagles by 5. Hamilton Heights going to trot across the timeline. Austin Day with the basketball. Out top, Jack Takasula. Works it left side, picked up there by Jackson Peters. Jackson Peters in the game. 3-point shot. Left corner baseline, re-snap for 3. Cuts the lead to 2. Delta 8. Hamilton Heights 6. Ball's in the front court. Delta Eagles. Out top, moving the basketball. 13, Jack Peters. Jack Peters out top, going to give the ball up. Wanting to, he'll keep it. As DeStefano plays good tight defense against Chase Phillips. We're going to back in. Spin move at the right elbow. Left elbow is off the glass. 2-point bucket good. Number 11, Ryan Lynch for 2. It's a 10-6 contest. Delta by 4. Hamilton Heights in a hurry in the front court. They'll slow it up now. Out top, Jack Takasula. Right side, left elbow extended. DeStefano. Cross-court pass. Shot in the air, short off the mark. Re-snap, tried the 3. Checking out the game just briefly was Walker Johnson. Coach Detweiler, I should say, going to have him back in at the next dead ball. We're going to back out top, moving the basketball around left side. Out top, number 11, Ryan Lynch. Spin move at the free throw line. He'll dish it off. They'll work it in, Chase Phillips. They're going to call a traveling violation on the spin move by Phillips. It's going to belong to Hamilton Heights. So back in the ball game, number 50, Walker Johnson. Walker Johnson got a few words probably from 28-year varsity coach Mark Detweiler after that charging foul was called. He's back in the game now. Working it out top on the dribble. Stationary is Austin Day. They'll bounce it in, left elbow. Re-snap. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was tipped. Re-snap. Took a pretty good shot right there. They're just going to call it out of bounds. So the Huskies will get the ball back. Austin Day going to take a breather. Hamilton Heights in the ball game with number 2, Caleb Sullivan, 6'2" junior. They'll work it in to Mike'sel. In the paint, he'll go up the shot. Wouldn't get it. A little bit of an intimidation factor with Walker Johnson and 6'7". To the front court with the basketball, number 11, Ryan Lynch. Ryan Lynch out top, he'll work it in. Try to find Johnson in the paint. Johnson couldn't grab it. It goes out of bounds. And Hamilton Heights going to get the basketball. They'll bring it from the backcourt. Ball brought in. Jack Takasula. He'll walk it to the timeline. In the front court now, he'll pick up a little bit of a pace. Going to work it back around. Sullivan inside the arc, kicks it back out. Mitchell, left elbow extended, 3-point shot, good. Jack Takasula for three. Takasula on the season, shooting near 30% from 3-point land. We have a sub check in next to that ball. It's going to be for Delta. Out top with the basketball. Moving it around the perimeter. Out top on the dribble. That's number 3, Lucas Bragg. To give the ball up, 13, Jackson Peters. They'll dribble in. They'll get it down low to Walker Johnson. They get Walker Johnson involved. 2 points off the glass. The 12-9 contest. Delta Eagles in front. We do appreciate you tuning in. And I will mention what a day it was. 76 degrees would have been the record. We might have reached 76. That record was set back in 1973 on this date. I know I looked at my my truck thermometer. At 4:30, it said 75. It was nice today. Got to work outside a little bit. And I will also mention those Pacers. Pacers going to be in action tonight after the game, 10:30 p.m. Pacers are at the Lakers. They got a West Coast road trip on the way. So, second buzzer sounds, 30-second timeout. Ball's going to be brought in backcourt by the Huskies. Brought in Will DeStefano. It's off in a bounce pass. Jack Takasula going to walk through the timeline. He gets some information from Coach Ballinger. Out top with the basketball. He'll work it right side. Straddling the 3-point line is number 23, Mitchell. That's Jackson Mitchell. They'll work it back out. Jack Takasula, he'll drive. He'll float one up. He'll get the bucket. Just outside the paint on the baseline. He knew he was going to get fouled. He let the ball go, and it goes in. He'll shoot one more. So that foul's whistled on Delta Eagle number 3, Lucas Bragg. He has one. Team has 3 here in the quarter. 1 minute, 20 seconds left here in the first. First shot good. Only shot he'll get. 3-point play. Jack Takasula ties the game at 12. Trying to get across the timeline. Hamilton Heights making it tough. They'll dribble across the timeline. Number 11, Ryan Lynch. Lynch going to try to go baseline. He's picked up there quickly by Takasula. Out top of the basketball, Lucas Bragg. 1 minute left here in the first quarter. 12-12 contest. Delta and Hamilton Heights. They'll work it down low. They'll find Jackson, and that's Walker Jackson. Other side of the rim, he's in the paint off the glass for 2. 46 seconds left. Corner baseline shot wouldn't go for Sullivan. Rebound, Jackson Mitchell. He'll get the ball back. Elbow shot, right left elbow wouldn't go for re-snap. Rebound, Delta. 14-12, Delta by 2. 30 seconds left. Slowing it up, walking it to the timeline. Jack Takasula going to pick him up in the front court. On the dribble is Ryan Lynch. Ryan Lynch out in the center circle. Takasula in his grill. Out top, he gives the ball up. Lucas Bragg. 15 seconds left. He's deep in the front court. They'll approach now outside the arc on the dribble. That's Ryan Lynch. 7 seconds. He'll drive the lane. They go off the glass. Couldn't get the shot. He did put some English on that shot. He nearly got it, but he will shoot 2. So that foul's going to be whistled on Jack Takasula. Takasula has 1 in the contest. That's the first foul on Hamilton Heights here in the first quarter with 4.9 seconds left. At the free throw line, number 11, Ryan Lynch is shooting 88%. First shot wouldn't go. Ryan Lynch on the season, now 68 or 77. That's pretty nice. He's going to get a second shot. The official holding the ball up just for a moment. He's got a reason for doing so. He'll bounce pass to Ryan Lynch. Second shot for Lynch. Second shot, good. 15-12. Delta by 3. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. From the corner baseline, Sullivan wouldn't go. Nearly would have tied it at the quarter. But at the end of one quarter here in Newcastle, second game tonight, Delta Eagles 15. Hamilton Heights Huskies 12. And we do thank you for tuning in. We'll mention tonight's ball game is in parts being brought to you by FritzandFishers.com. They buy, they sell, they trade. They'll help you finance your quality car, truck, or SUV. They have preferred low mileage and one owner automobiles. They have two Hamilton County locations. One is in Fishers at 8599 East 116th Street. You can dial them there at that dealership, 317 842 2228. Their second location, their dealership, Noblesville, that's between Noblesville and Westfield. I think you probably saw that big Pickett cafeteria was moved today. Unbelievable almost. I watched it on Fox 59 for a little bit. I went about a block and a half to the north, right there on Union Street. Noblesville, their office there. Location, Fritz and Fishers. Dial them up at 317-773-2232. Visit them online or visit them on site. FritzandFishers.com. FRITZ. In the possession arrow, going to give it to Hamilton Heights. There were no tie-ups, no jump balls in the first quarter. Ball brought in slightly backcourt, now to front court. Number 2, Caleb Sullivan. Caleb Sullivan, the 6'2 junior. They're working in the paint. Jump shot, good. About a 10-footer. Pretty shot from Jackson Mitchell. 15-14. Delta by 1. Second quarter, 7:40 left in the second. They're working right side, outside the arc. Shot on the way, good. 3-point shot, number 4, Madden Ramsey. Ramsey, as mentioned, 49% from three-point land. He shot 96 shots from there, out top with the basketball. Stationary right there. His dribble now. Will DeStefano, they go to the corner with it. He'll step in. He'll take a 2-point shot. Sullivan's shot rims out, wouldn't go. Rebound, number 5, Chase Phillips. Chase Phillips dishes off. Ryan Lynch to the front court. They'll slow it up just across the timeline. Picked up right there by Jack Kakasula. They'll work it right side. Lucas Bragg. They'll work it back in. They'll drive in off the glass. 2-point shot, good. Chase Phillips. 20-14, 6-point advantage for Delta. Hamilton Heights in the front court. Brief snap on the dribble. They kick it back out. Jack Kakasula now back out. Will DeStefano. They're moving around the perimeter. They get to Mitchell. He'll gather in the paint. He'll go off the glass. Shot wouldn't go. Rims off. Rebound Delta. Number 5, Chase Phillips. To the front court. Number 11, Lynch. That is Ryan Lynch on the dribble. They're working left side. Lucas Bragg. They'll try to dribble in. He'd be cut off right there by Caleb Sullivan. Working it outside. Number 11, Ryan Lynch. Spin move. He's in the paint. Elbow left side. They'll give it up deep in the front court. Touches hands briefly up to Phillips. Now back out Madden Ramsey. They'll work it left side. Phillips around the perimeter. 3-point shot in the air, short off the mark. Shot taken by Madden Ramsey. Ball caroms hard. Ends up out of bounds. Last touch by Delta. So in the ball game for Hamilton Heights, we're going to see number 1, Cal Engel. Cal Engel, a 5'11 senior for the Huskies. Taking a breather is number 2, Caleb Sullivan. 20-14 contest. 6-point advantage for the Delta Eagles. They'll bounce it around the perimeter. Outside, triple threat available. He'll dribble around top of the circle. That's number 10, Will DeStefano, I should say, Will DeStefano. And then they'll work it back around outside the arc with the basketball. Jack Kakasula picks up a screen. They'll go right elbow. They'll kick it back out. Cal Engel, 3-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Will DeStefano, shot wouldn't go. And Walker Johnson comes down with the board. And DeStefano tries to tie him up after securing the rebound. And DeStefano is going to get called for the foul. So back in the ball game for Hamilton Heights, we're going to see number 5, Austin Day. Austin Day going to enter the ball game, and Will DeStefano going to take a breather. He'll be back. Will DeStefano, he plays to win. He'll be brought in, left the bucket on the baseline. He'll be brought in, number 5, Chase Phillips. They'll get in. Hamilton Heights, pretty good pressure in the backcourt. They'll cross the timeline on the dribble. In the paint, they're going to call a traveling violation. Quick up that step. He did a jump stop and then decided to shoot a layup, and the officials call a traveling violation. Going to give it back to the Huskies. 20-14 contest. Still a 6-point advantage for Delta. Second quarter, 5:18 left. Delta's going to have a sub checking in next dead ball. Out top, Cal Engel. Gives it to Mitchell, back to Engel. Engel picks up the dribble out top of the circle. Push it right side, re-snap. Now Austin Day. Austin Day, free throw line, back to Mitchell, now back to Reese. Reese going to drive it in, float one up in the paint, shot wouldn't go. Rebound Delta, Walker Johnson. He'll outlet. Number 11, Ryan Lynch. Lynch to the front court. Center circle, stationary dribble. He'll bounce it, left elbow to Walker Johnson. He'll get the ball back. Ryan Lynch, he'll dribble into paint. It'll be a reach-in foul. They're going to call a foul on Hamilton Heights, a reach-in, as Ryan was driving the lane. So second foul in the ballgame called against Jack Takasula. That's 2 in the quarter on Hamilton Heights. So they're going to bring the ball in, left of the bucket on the baseline in the ballgame for Delta, 23, Cade Utzler, a 6'5 junior. They'll work it in. Lucas Bragg on the dribble behind the arc, being picked up there by Cal Engel. They'll work it in the paint. Lucas Bragg finds an opening, goes off the glass, 2-point bucket for Bragg. The 22-14 contest, an 8-point advantage for Delta. Next dead ball, we're going to see entering the ball game for Hamilton Heights, number 14, Drew Woodruff. Outside the arc, moving the basketball. Austin Day, well out top. Guarded loosely by Ryan Lynch. They'll work it back in, elbow, left side. Work to Mitchell, kick it back out. Jack Takasula, 3-point shot when you go. Rebound, re-snap. They'll try it out top. This time it's Mitchell. Mitchell rims off. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound Delta, credit the board. Cade Utzler. 22-14 contest. Second quarter, 3:50 left here in a second. Out top, back pedal dribble. Pretty good dribbling exhibition. Ryan Lynch. They'll work it out top, well behind the arc. Chase Phillips was number 5. Now back to Lucas Bragg. Lucas Bragg picks up his dribble, being guarded there by Jack Takasula. Now re-snap going to guard the basketball. That's number 5, Chase Phillips. Back out, back pedal dribble. That's number 11, Ryan Lynch. They're going to dribble in. Thought about a dribble, got cut off there by Mitchell. Had to bring it back out. They reset the offense. Delta, back pedal dribble, he'll dribble in. Lucas Bragg off the glass, wouldn't go. And coming down with the board was Jackson Mitchell, and right over his back. The foul's going to be committed. Delta Eagle number 5, Chase Phillips. First foul here in the quarter on Delta. And that's the second foul in the ballgame on Chase Phillips. Ball brought in backcourt. In the ballgame for Hamilton Heights, number 14, Drew Woodruff, 6'5 junior. Working around the perimeter to the corner. Austin Day, Jack Takasula, he'll work it in. Woodruff, fadeaway jumper, nearly win, wouldn't go. Rebound, Lucas Bragg for Delta. 22-14, 8-point advantage. Going to be a timeout. Timeout called by Coach Mark Detweiler. He's going to call a 60-second timeout. With 2:50 left here in the second quarter. Delta 22, Hamilton Heights 14. We'll also mention this game is in parts being brought to you by Hamilton County Reporter. The Hamilton County Reporter is Hamilton County's hometown newspaper. Thanks to sports editor Richie Hall, they have the best sports coverage in the area. Thanks to Indiana's weatherman, Paul Poteet, we have the most accurate forecasts. We don't just report the news, we break news stories for you every week. If you'd like to get us in your inbox, you can email at subscribe@readthereporter.com, or you can go online to readthereporter.com/subscribe. That's Hamilton County's hometown newspaper. The second buzzer sound. They're going to bring the ball in. It's going to belong to Delta. Delta calls their first extended timeout. So it's going to be brought in backcourt. I take that back to go side court. Brought in Delta Eagles, number 13, Jackson Peters. They'll get in Ryan Lynch, number 11, being guarded there by Hamilton Heights, Austin Day. Now back out top, Lucas Bragg, left side. Jackson Peters, they're working outside the arc. They'll try to get it into Walker. Walker finally does pick up the basketball, goes off the glass. Walker Johnson, the 6'7" freshman, for two more. 24-14. 10-point advantage for Delta. Out top of the basketball, Jack Takasula out in the center circle. Austin Day. Austin Day back out, Jack Takasula. Left side corner baseline, Cal Engel. Cal Engel high off the glass. It's going to bounce high. It's going to get what would be the shot clock up above, and they call that a foreign object, call it out of bounds. So back in the ballgame is Hamilton Heights, number 10, Will DeStefano, 6'1" junior. Taking a breather for the Huskies, number 1, Cal Engel. Ball brought in backcourt. Tossed in. Ryan Lynch on the dribble. And I think they said he stepped on the side court line. I was looking at my notes. I look up, and the officials calling it the other way. So Hamilton Heights going to have it in their own front court from out of bounds opposite the scores bench, about halfway across. Back in the front court on the dribble. Austin Day picks up a screen from DeStefano. Austin Day to go to the corner, go baseline. Jack Takasula picks up the basketball and gets it rid of it to Woodruff. They go free throw line, jump shot, wouldn't go for re-snap, rebound Woodruff. And Woodruff takes the shot, and he got hit on the wrist. A lot of Delta fans thought it was a blocked shot. Walker Johnson was up there. And Woodruff's going to go to the strike. So Walker Johnson picks up his second here in the ballgame, first half, 24-14. Delta in front. Woodruff at the strike. First shot, rims around, wouldn't go. He'll get one more. Drew Woodruff steps to the stripe, shooting 62% on the season. He's now 8 for 14. He'll get one more. 1 minute, 50 seconds left here in the second quarter. Nearing halftime. Foul situation, 2 each side. Second shot for Woodruff, good. Nothing but net. 24-15, a 9-point advantage for Delta. Going to bring it in from the backcourt. Hamilton Heights going to provide backcourt pressure. They get the ball in, nearly tipped away. Lucas Bragg recovers to get it back to Ryan Lynch. Ryan Lynch going to bring it through the timeline. He guarded Takasula. That back out top. Lucas Bragg will give the ball up to Madden Ramsey. Ramsey picked up defensively by re-snap. Spin move. Right elbow. He'll dish off. Off the glass. Shot good. Good cut in the lane. Jackson Peters, beneficiary of a good pass. 2-point bucket good. 26-15. The 11-point advantage for Delta. Out top of the basketball. Around the perimeter. Moved it back to the corner. Woodruff now back to re-snap. Out top, Will DeStefano. We're working left side. Jack Takasula might have got away with a step. Coach Detweiler thought so. His ball's still in the front court. Over to the corner. Out top of the basketball, re-snap. DeStefano straight away. He'll dribble now. Outside the arc, Austin Day. Delta playing some good defense, keeping Hamilton Heights from penetrating to the hoop. The little baseline now. Should have been a foul there. No foul whistle. They're going to call it out of bounds. So makeup calls that you don't really want a makeup call or a non-makeup call. That changes the game. Go from the point of originality. So they bring the ball in. Drew Woodruff going to take a breather. Going to be brought in right of the bucket on the baseline from the backcourt by Delta. Ryan Lynch gets the basketball. They give the ball up at 13. Jackson Peters. Peters came off the bench. He's been in a long while. They'll go to the corner baseline. 3-point shot good. Delta Eagle, number 4, Madden Ramsey. 29-15, a 14-point advantage for Delta. Out top, they bring the ball back out. Coach Ballinger's giving some instructions. Jack Takasula. Out top. We're going to back right side. Will DeStefano. Cross-court skip pass. Austin Day. Baseline. Re-snap. Out top. 3-point shot. Good. 22. Jack Takasula for 3. It's 29-18. Shot at the buzzer. Wouldn't go. And that's halftime score. Delta Eagles 29. Hamilton Heights Huskies 18. 10-minute intermission. And we do thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention tonight's game also in parts being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service Incorporated. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. You can call Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service Incorporated. Reach them at 765 292 2315. Again, their number is 765 292 2315. Or visit them on their website. That's RutledgeWellDrilling.com. They're just west of Atlanta, a little over a mile, and they're right there on 296th Street. They are licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. And I thank you, Keegan Cherry. That's very kind of you. You're a joy to work for. And we'll mention that's Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge. Mike is still the main drip. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana. That's 46062. They're just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. They'll do posters and oversized printing, also available. And if you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. You can reach Discount Copies by phone by dialing 317 773 8783. Again, that number is 317 773 8783. Or they have a Gmail. It's discountcopy96 at gmail.com. And we'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Kokomo Auto World. Kokomo Auto World. This game is sponsored by Coach Tad Wett at Kokomo Auto World. Coach Wett was a high school basketball coach for 30 plus years in central Indiana and has now turned his attention to selling you your next new Toyota, Honda, or pre owned vehicle. That's Kokomo Auto World. Kokomo Auto World has been serving this basketball rich region for 50 years. And now together, Coach Wett and Kokomo Auto World can meet all of your car and truck buying needs. Kokomo Auto World today. Call them today at 765 453 4111. Again, that number is 765 453 4111. And ask for Coach West. Kokomo Auto World. And we do thank you for tuning in. And we'll also mention a little bit about something that I've thought about for a little while. And I'm going to mention Coach J.R. Moffitt. Coach J.R. Moffitt, most people know him as the lead minister there at Arcadia Christian Church. I will say, J.R. Moffitt, he attended Columbus East High School. He was friends with Blair Keel. Blair Keel also went there. JR told me one time or two times, he said that Blair Keel is probably the best athlete that he's ever seen. Well, I've not seen Blair Keel, but J.R. Moffitt is definitely a close second. But anyway, JR is the Hamilton Heights boys freshman basketball coach. 30 plus years at that occupation. And I got to mention, back when he went to Cincinnati Bible College, he told me this story a while back. I asked him for permission to share it tonight. He said that's fine. And he said I kind of stoked his memory a little bit. And he went there for baseball. If I'm not mistaken, he went to Cincinnati Bible College, obviously for a degree, which is helping him now and helping many, many other people as they listen to his knowledge We'll mention he went for baseball. He ended up playing basketball at Cincinnati Bible College. He told me that they'd have some basketball pickup games, maybe off season, right there in Cincinnati on free time. And Jr. played with good company on the basketball court. I'll mention a few of them. Chris Collinsworth, played receiver, wore number 80 for the Bengals. Boomer Esiason, his name is really Norman. Boomer Esiason, JR let me know that Turk Schonert's a backup quarterback for Esiason. He played regularly in their league. And we'll also mention Oscar Robertson. JR played basketball with Oscar Robertson. He said he thinks he was in his 40s about that time. So anyway, we'll talk about Turk here for a second. JR says he is a really good guy. I'm talking about Turk Schoner, the backup to Boomer. But anyway, that's a pretty nice story. And since I've mentioned that, I want to say that coaches mean a whole lot. And coaches get their education every day. I'm going to mention some of the coaches here at Hamilton Heights that are now in the locker room talking to the Hamilton Heights basketball team. I'll mention, obviously, Coach Ballinger. Coach Ballinger, he went to school at Ball State. Coach Ballinger has tremendous knowledge. I feel blessed to even be able to talk to him, let alone send a text message. But anyway, Coach Ballinger, right there in the locker room now, we'll mention varsity assistants to Coach Ballinger, Derek Davis. I'll also mention Derek Davis, a high school graduate of Hamilton Heights. JV coach at Hamilton Heights not too long ago. Hamilton Heights varsity assistant then and now. And he was also a head coach, varsity head basketball coach, not too far away from here. And I will also mention Eric King. Eric King, he's in the locker room. He's sharing knowledge right now. Eric King, he was a Hamilton Heights graduate. He played college basketball at Anderson College. He knows a lot. And I will also mention Kurt Cantlin. I'm not super familiar with Coach Kurt Cantlin, but he is. He is also a varsity assistant. Coach Brett Christ. Brett Christ. If you didn't know, he started with the youth program way back when. He didn't just jump in as a coach. He walked up a pretty good sized ladder, and we appreciate him. His son played. And I will also mention, I don't know if he still is, but Brett Christ, he went to high school at Alexandria. He may still be the leading scorer at Alexandria High School. And I'll mention Brian Kuhn. Brian Kuhn is a freshman assistant. Brian Kuhn, one of the nicest young men you'll ever meet. And he helps out with J.R. Moffitt, and Eric King also helps out on the freshman basketball team. And we'll mention a little bit about the Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones, he's the Hamilton Heights JV coach. He went to Anderson University. Andrew Jones played basketball at the Noblesville Millers. So he brings some knowledge over. And you gotta admit, Coach Dave McCullough, he coached in this first game for Connorsville. He was 30 years at Noblesville. And Andrew Jones learned from him. So we do thank you, and we thank them for their ability and their willingness to live out a good dream for these young men. So the clock moving down, 1:17 left. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. You can let Lisa look or let Lisa live. Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocation. Lisa now does complimentary staging. What that means, Lisa will stop in and make sure your home looks like a model home right out of a magazine. She'll make it look good. And then those folks that want to walk around and have an open house, you'll be able to tell Lisa will help you sell your home quicker with her complimentary staging. To contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message, you can reach her at 317 513 4086. That's 317 513 4086. 13 seconds left. I'll go ahead and mention this. Taylor and Sheridan in sectional number 39, class 2A. They went to overtime, and Keith Baxter texts me, and my dad did the same. Lets me know that Sheridan got the win, 67-66. And well done. Sheridan Blackhawks going to play tomorrow night, championship game, sectional 39. That'll be at Elwood. So the ball's going to be brought in. Delta Eagles. Brought in half court. Nakasu's going to guard the basketball. He'll relax now. Pick up at half court. Ryan Lynch on the dribble. They'll work it right side. Might have got away with a step, maybe not. Walker out top. Gives the ball back to Lynch. Outside the arc, he'll get it back out top. Lucas Bragg on the dribble. They'll work it right side. Chase Phillips trying to get rid of it. He go baseline, reverse layup, good. Right at the reverse layup. Ryan Lynch on a good cut. And won 18 or 13-point advantage for Delta. Ball's in the front court. Austin Day out top. Jackson Takasula to the corner baseline. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Going to bounce hard. Going to go over the backboard. It's out of bounds. That shot taken by number 4, Reese Knapp. Don't think of it as a bad shot. It had a high carry. That ball had some helium in the front court. Trying to get to the front court. That's Ryan Lynch on the dribble. Pick up the dribble. Double team. He passes out of it. Couldn't get passed out. Jackson Takasula got nailed in the lane. They go back the other direction. They go off the glass. Coast to coast layup for Chase Phillips. 33-18, 15-point advantage for Delta. Out top of the basketball, bring it back around. Austin Day through the corner. Jack Takasula, stationary dribble. Left elbow extended. He'll dribble. Cut off there by Lucas Bragg. He'll work it down low. We snap. Turnaround jumper, 14-footer. Nearly went, wouldn't go. Rebound out of there, picked up by Chase Phillips. To the front court. On the dribble, lost the handle. Going to regather the handle. That's Ryan Lynch. Go baseline, reverse layup, shot when you go. Rebound, Hamilton Heights, Will DeStefano. DeStefano on the dribble. In the paint, you're going to get rid of it. He'll bounce it right side. Jackson Mitchell to get it back. 3-point shot in the air, rimmed around, wouldn't go. Shot taken by Jack Takasula. Going up and getting the board. He was going at it. Reached it out of the sky. High point in the basketball was number 23, Jackson Mitchell, to be brought in. Hamilton Heights left in the bucket on the baseline. They'll get it in. Austin Day. He'll bounce it in. Re-snap. Back out Jack Takasula. He'll float one up left-handed, and it'll go in. Friendly roll. Hung on the rim and fell in. Takasula for 2. 33-20. Hamilton Heights going to check back in. Next head ball was Caleb Sullivan. Out top of the basketball. Moving the basketball. Chase Phillips. Left side. Ryan Lynch. Picked up there by Jack Takasula. He'll bounce it in the paint. Shot in the air. Wouldn't go. Shot taken there as Walker Johnson. Trying to feed him in the paint. Couldn't get that one to go. Rebound Hamilton Heights. Front court, Jack Takasula. He'll bounce it in the paint. Re-snap. Re-snap's going to go up to the shot. He'll go off the glass. Wouldn't get it. Got his own board. Went back up. Couldn't get the second time. But he'll go to the foul stripe and shoot 2. So Walker Johnson going to pick up his 3rd foul. We'll check that out. That's going to be whistled on number 4, Madden Ramsey. He has 1. Re-snap, going to shoot 2. First shot, good. Substitutions in. Hamilton Heights checking back in with number 2, Caleb Sullivan. Austin Day going to take a breather. Back in the ballgame for Delta, number 13, Jackson Peters. And taking a breather is Walker Johnson, number 50. One more shot, re-snap. Second shot, short off the rim, wouldn't go. Rebound, Lucas Bragg. He got the front end. It's a 33-21 contest. Delta by 12. For the third quarter, 5:28 left on the dribble. He'll dribble in. Lucas Bragg in the paint picks it up. Passes it outside the arc. Now work back Lucas Bragg on the dribble. Out top, they're going to call it traveling violations. Looked like the passing lane was cut off, but the step had already been made with no release for a pass. Going to get the ball back to Hamilton Heights. 33-21. Huskies in the front court. Zach Takasula. Now Michael. Jackson Michael. Get it back to Takasula. Now on the dribble is Caleb Sullivan. They go to the corner with it. It's going to go baseline drive. Off the glass, shot going to go. That was Takasula. Rebound fought for, picked up by Phillips. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to stay. It's going to go to the front court, I should say. Delta will have the basketball. So back in the ball game is number 50, Walker Johnson. Taking a breather, number 4, Madden Ramsey. Coach Detweiler going to stagger his lineup a little bit, give them each a little blow before they get back in. We'll bring us to the timeline. On the dribble, Ryan Lynch. We're going to right side. Good defense. That's Will DeStefano. Cut off Lynch. Over to Phillips. Right elbow. They're kicking back out. 3-point shot. Ryan Lynch wouldn't go. And that ball must have helium in it. That's about the third or fourth time I've seen it bounce up. And again, it hits what would be the shot clock above the backboard. Incredible. I think Tom Dempsey's trying a field goal. Alex Karras on the defensive side. So 33-21, they'll work it in. Baseline. Jackson Mitchell powers his way up right side of glass. 2-point bucket. He was working against the 6'7", Walker Johnson. So they'll bring it to the front court. 33-23. 10-point advantage for Delta. 4:06 left. We're in the third quarter. They'll bounce it in. Just outside the paint, Phillips. He'll dribble in. Kick it to the corner. 3-point shot. Lucas Bragg rims around and finally falls in. He had a friendly roll, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout called by Coach Mark Detweiler. 36-23, Delta in front. 3:54 left here in the third quarter. We'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Indiana Express Rentals. When you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high-quality choice isn't far away. Simply call Indiana Express Rentals, 317-773-4800. Again, 317-773-4800. Their hours of operation, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Indiana Express Rentals. The ball's going to be brought in backcourt. Officials going to let DeStefano know he can roam the back, I should say the baseline if he needs to. He tosses it in. Bounce the pass. Takasula crossing the timeline. Takasula going to bounce it in the paint. He'll dribble in. Re-snap. Back out to Takasula. He'll launch a three, and he'll get it. Right in front of Coach Ballinger. Left elbow extended. Takasula for three. Back to a 10-point advantage. 36-26. Delta in front on the dribble. Ryan Lynch. Out top, Lucas Bragg. Picked up by DeStefano. They'll work at right side. Picked up the basketball. That's Phillips. Chase Phillips was number 5. Now Lucas Bragg on the dribble. Crossover. He'll work it back out. Picks up his dribble. Works it right side going baseline. He'll bring it through the lane. They'll get it to Walker. And Walker Johnson off the glass got the bucket, and he'll shoot one more. So they're going to whistle this foul on Jackson Mitchell. Jackson picked up his first substitution back in the game for Delta. Number 4, Madden Ramsey. Taking a breather is number 3, Lucas Bragg. One shot going to be awarded to Walker Johnson. He's working on his free throws. He's now 25 for 52 on the season. Wouldn't get that one, but he got the 2-point bucket. 38-26. 12-point advantage for Delta. Outside the arc, 3-point shot. Wouldn't go. That was Takasula. Rebound put back. Left to the bucket. Good by Jackson Mitchell. Timeout immediately by Coach Ballinger. 38-28. Hamilton Heights going to check in during this timeout with number 14, Drew Woodruff. 6'5" junior. And number 3, Jackson Cantlin. 6'3" senior. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. It's Noblesville Trophies. You can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only, to browse around. They're located at 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. Trophies, awards, plaque, and more. Fast turnaround. Prices are low. Prices are so low you may want to be a repeat customer. That's Noblesville Trophy, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana, 46060. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can reach them by phone, 317 773 7391. That's Noblesville Trophies. They'll then bring the ball in from the backcourt after the made basket by Jackson Mikesell. 38-28, 2:56, clock moving. We're in the third quarter. Defensive effort in the backcourt, Jackson Cantlin. They'll break the press. Ryan Lynch to the corner, three-point shot, Madden Ramsey couldn't get it. Rebound, Jack Yakasula. They're working right side the corner. That's a late call. That's a traveling violation. Jack Yakasula committed, but the call was about a second and a half after it happened. Sometimes you just got to go. If you go a second without a whistle, that's a game interruption. But anyway, he was right. He did travel in the backcourt. Toss it in, Ryan Lynch. Cantlin, again, full court pressure. Cantlin comes off the bench with pure wheels. He's got energy. We're going to down low. They go off the glass, 2-point bucket. Walker Johnson for two. 40-28. It's a 12-point advantage for the Delta Eagles. Outside, 3-point shot, Sullivan. Rims off, wouldn't go. Rebound, Walker Johnson lost the handle. They'll go after the basketball. He rolled over. No, they're going to call a timeout. They're going to give a timeout to Coach Detweiler. He saved the possession, and it's going to be a timeout for the Delta Eagles. And I'm trying to find out. It's a full 60-second timeout. And I will also mention, tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Erica's Place. You'll really enjoy your dining experience at Erica's Place. They've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can join them in Cicero at 40 West Jackson Street. That's right there by the stoplight. Or in Noblesville at 654 Logan Street. That's next to the Logan Street Bridge. You can dine in or carry out. They've got excellent breakfast, an excellent menu for breakfast, and they serve breakfast all day. They have great sandwiches and salads, and a very nice dinner menu. All meals are served hot and fresh. Bring your family or simply dine alone. That's Erica's Place, Cicero and Noblesville. So second horn sounds are going to bring the ball in. We'll bring the ball in from the backcourt. Belongs to Delta. Delta saved the possession. Call a timeout with Walker Johnson on the floor with the basketball. So they'll bring it in left the bucket. Tosses it in. Ryan Lynch tracking it down. Jackson Cantlin spending his energy, guarding full court. We're going to back around. We're going to back out. Ryan Lynch. Ryan Lynch going to go free throw line, kick it to the corner. Shot in the air, good. 3-point shot, good. Delta Eagle number 4, Madden Ramsey. 43-28, a 15-point advantage for Delta. There's some bumping. They're going to call an offensive, let's see here. They're going to call a bump offensive foul on Hamilton Heights. I guess they're going to call him for fighting through a screen. Not sure. But I'm back in the ball game for Hamilton Heights. Number 23, Jackson Mikesell. Taking a breather for the Huskies. Number 2, Caleb Sullivan. Ball's going to be brought in three-quarter court, the backcourt. Brought in Lucas Bragg. They'll get it into Ryan Lynch. Picked up right there, full court. Jack Yakasula on the dribble. Behind the back, working an exhibition there. Out top, he'll work it. Number 4, Madden Ramsey. Working left side, Phillips. They'll work it down low. To the corner, 3-point shot, Ryan Lynch. Long off the mark, rebound, put back is good. Walker Johnson from outside the paint on the baseline. 45-28. 17-point advantage for Delta. Out top with the basketball. Drew Woodruff in the paint. 2-point shot, good. Jump shot, re-snap. About a 14-footer. Got the bucket. Timeout called by Coach Ballinger and the Huskies. 45-30. Delta in front. 1:15 left here in the third quarter. And we'll mention this game is also in parts being brought to you by Munchie's Ice Cream and Bake Shop. Munchie's Ice Cream and Bake Shop. Have you driven downtown Arcadia, Indiana lately? Check out Munchie's. Munchie's Ice Cream and Bake Shop. In addition to ice cream and milkshake and soda sippers, their cookies are just like Grandma used to make. They're baked from scratch. They got chocolate chip, snickerdoodle, sugar cookies, and more. That's Munchie's Ice Cream and Bake Shop. Stop by their shop. It's at 151 West Main Street, Arcadia. If you didn't know, it's right across the street from where the splash pad is now. That used to be occupied by Donovan's. For the locals, it's right across the street there at 151 West Main. Get out of the cold. No cold today. Warm apple crisp. No order too big, no order too small. 463 325 8679. Munchies in Arcadia. Brought in from the baselines. They're getting into Ryan Lynch. And good defense, Cantlin and Chakasula. Going to catch Ryan Lynch and not being able to turn around, get the dribble down. Traveling violation. Huskies get the ball back in their own front court. 45-30 tossed in. Slight backcourt picked up by Kakasula. Crosses the timeline. Shouts out some direction. Back pedal dribble. Well out top. Let me pick up half court line. I should say 3-point line by Bragg. Around the perimeter. 3-point shot in the air. Wouldn't go. Rebound put back. Woodruff. Woodruff was there to clean up the 3-point shot miss from Reese Knapp for two. 45-32. 13-point advantage. One call 5 seconds. Closely guarded. They couldn't get the ball in. Huskies playing tight defense in the backcourt. They'll have the possession. So back in the game, number 10, that's Will DeStefano. Taking a breather is Jackson Cantlin. Cantlin did a good bit of work while he was in. And they're going to bring the ball in. Left the bucket on the baseline. So re-snap. Re-snap. Going to give it back to DeStefano. Outside the arc, Zach Takasula. He'll work it down low on the baseline. They're going to call foul right there at the baseline. Prior to any shot, I don't believe he released a shot. It would have been a reverse layup if so. So they're going to whip the foul. That's on the Delta Eagle 23, Cade Utzler. Utzler has one. So they're going to bring the ball in. Jack Takasula left the bucket on the baseline. There's going to be tipped to the backcourt. Ryan Lynch nearly got the steal. He just elected to tip it to the backcourt. And Woodruff tracked it down. So Huskies in the front court on the approach out top. Work it right side. Picks up the dribble. Bounce it low. Woodruff. Spin move. Back out to Kakasula behind the arc. He'll pick up the dribble. Back out top to Stefano. To Stefano again. Over to the left side. Re-snapping the dribble in the paint. He'll take a shot. He got fouled big time. And that didn't take much of an official to call that one. But I will say these officials earn their stripes. They love the game, and that's why they're IHSAA wants it done right. And that's why these guys are assigned to this game. First shot rims off and go. That's number 4. Re-snap. So Chase Phillips back in the ball game for Delta. Taking a breather, Cade Utzler. Re-snap, second shot, long off the rim and go. Rebound, Woodruff. Woodruff gets the putback. Woodruff on the board. About a 12-foot jump shot. Put it back in. There's going to be a whistle. They're going to whistle a foul. Jackson Meitzel. He'll pick up a foul. The bucket counts. It's 45-34, an 11-point advantage for Delta. 9.2 left here in the third in the front court. Working it around. Lucas Bragg. 4 seconds to get a foul whistle. Trying to break the double team. That was number 5, Chase. And Chase Phillips. He absorbs the foul. The foul's whistled on Hamilton Heights. Jackson Meitzel now has 3 in the contest. 45-34, an 11-point advantage for Delta. Another 5 seconds. Didn't get the call that time. 3-point shot, good. Right elbow extended. Right in front of Coach Detweiler. Credit the bucket, Lucas Bragg. And that'll conclude 3 quarters of play at the end of 3. Delta Eagle, 48. Hamilton Heights Hudson, 34. And we do thank you for tuning in, and we'll also mention this game is in parts being brought to you by Honey Creek Resort. Honey Creek Resort, what a beautiful place to be. Plan your vacation or maybe a weekend getaway. Honey Creek Resort with 840 acres of fantastic nature, fun, and recreation adventures are only less than a one day's trip away. My wife and I's done that about 3 or 4 times. It's about a 7 hour trip, and it's well worth it. That's in southern Iowa, where fellow Hoosiers Beth and Terry Henderson, they live about 7 miles from where I live, and they have an amazing lodge and cabins with fabulous fishing, boating, golfing, horse carriages, and much, much more. HoneyCreekResort.com. That's HoneyCreekResort.com. You can get your family getaway or make family plans. Reach them by phone 641 724 1450. That's Honey Creek Resort. Ball's brought in, half court, Hamilton Heights, alternate possession arrow. Brought in by Woodruff. Jack Chakasulov in the front court. Re-snap, getting involved, back to Chakasulov. He'll work it right side, behind the arc, being guarded there by Ryan Lynch. Working out top, Will DiStefano. Left side, Drew Woodruff. Woodruff's going to dribble in to take a shot just outside the paint. Got it. Drew Woodruff coming off the bench and making a difference. 48-36. We'll bring it from the backcourt. Touch your hands briefly. Phillips and Peters now balled in the hands of the point guard, number 11, Ryan Lynch, to the front court, being guarded there by DiStefano. Crossover, working down low. Block shot. That was Jackson Mitchell. Recycled the shot in the paint by Walker Johnson. But the ball still in the hands of the Delta Eagles on their offensive boards. Free throw line. Yep. Working back around. Peters now back to Chase. They're working back around. The 3-point shot. Right elbow extended. Wouldn't go. That was Delta Eagle number 3, Lucas Bragg. Hamilton Heights with the rebound in the front court. 3-point shot. DiStefano. DiStefano hit the 3 right of center. DiStefano on the season now 12 for 23 for 3-point land. 48-39. A 9-point advantage. Huskies have it within double bit digits. Has been a while. Turnaround jumper, got it. In the paint, that was Ryan Lynch. To the front court, Hamilton Heights. 6:23 left. Fourth quarter. We're going to call it a steal there. There was either a travel or a reach in, but they call it a steal. And they give the ball up. Delta Eagles. It's crossing the timeline at a walk pace. Ryan Lynch works it left side. Lucas Bragg. Triple threat available. He'll dribble right. Pick up a screen from Walker Johnson. Out top, working at back pedal dribble. Was Ryan Lynch. Working against him is Will DiStefano. Out top, again, Chase Phillips in the paint. To pick up the dribble to get to Ryan Lynch. Baseline. Wanted a shot. Where's it back in? We'll get it to Phillips again. He'll float one in the paint. He'll get it. 2-point bucket. Number 5, Tate Phillips. Phillips shoots 62% from 2-point land. 52-39. Huskies in the front court with the basketball outside the arc. 3-point shot, good. Left up center, Will DiStefano, 2 in a row for Hamilton Heights. 3-point shot, good. 52-42. 10-point advantage. From this steal in the backcourt. Good hands by Woodruff. Knocks it free, picked up there by Jack Chakasulov. Now you get it back to DiStefano. Outside the arc, 3-point shot, good. Right elbow extended, free snap for 3. 52-45. 7-point game. Delta still in front. We're going to cross the timeline on the dribble. That's number 13, Jack Peters. Pretty good dribbling exhibition. They'll pass it back out, Lucas Bragg. They'll work it back in. Spin move at the right elbow. They get it back to Phillips. Now back out, Ryan Lynch resets the offense. They'll pick up a screen. Might have been a bit moving, and I think they may call, not sure here. They're going to call number 10, Will DiStefano, for the foul. There was some movement there on the screen, but they nailed DeStefano. 52-45. Ball's going to be in the front court. Delta with the lead. Going to inbound the basketball right there to the end of the bench in the front court by Coach Detweiler. He'll toss it in deep in the front court. It should be deep in the back court. It's retrieved by number 11, Ryan Lynch. He'll work it in the front court on the dribble. Out top, Madden Ramsey picks up the dribble. Now Phillips lost the handle, and they're going to call DeStefano for a second foul pretty consecutively here. So a lot of bumping and bruising. And they're going to call a foul on DeStefano. Jets pick up his third. That's not bad. 52-45 going to be brought in the front court. Will be brought in by Chase Phillips. He'll toss it in. Madden Ramsey. Ramsey stationary. Triple threat available. He'll pass it out top to the center circle. Ryan Lynch, back pedal dribble, working against him is Will DeStefano. DeStefano's going to have to be careful. He reached in again. That Ryan Lynch can absolutely move the basketball when his feet are moving. He's a hard guy to guard. So in the ball game for Hamilton Heights, going to be number 5, Austin Day. Will DeStefano. He's working hard. He's going to take a breather with his 4th foul here in the ball game. 4 minutes left, halfway through the 4th quarter. 52-45, Delta by 7. Lost the handle on the floor. They're going to call timeout. Coach Detweiler has to call a 30 to save the possession, possibly, but he bails out his player. So 30-second timeout. And we do thank you for tuning in. And as mentioned, former Hamilton Heights coach, now coaching the Sheridan Blackhawks. He lived in that area. He graduated from Sheridan. He was a quarterback for Bud Wright. Bill Bowen, what a gentleman. He got the win versus Taylor at the 6 o'clock game in sectional 39. Taylor was up 13-12 at first quarter, 28-27 at halftime, 50-45. Taylor was up after 3, and they tied it up. It was 59-59. They went to overtime, and they pulled the game out. Sheridan got the win, 67-66. My dad let me know that, and also Keith Baxter. The ball brought in. Front court. Walker Johnson. They get the ball back. Phillips. We're back around. Lucas Bragg. Lost. He picked it up. He's going to bounce it. We're going to go Phillips. Left side. He found the path. Baseline. Off the glass. 2-point bucket. Drew Woodruff nearly blocked. 2-point bucket from Delson. 54-45. We're going to call a traveling violation on the Huskies out top. So the Huskies going to play defense. They're going to let Delta bring the ball in 3/4 court right here in front of the scorer's bench. So looking to get it in. It's Phillips. That's Chase Phillips. Taking it down is Ryan Lynch. Picked up. It was guard him half court. That's Austin Day. Austin Day, good movement. Out top, back pedal. Ryan Lynch will go left elbow to Walker Johnson. Back out to Phillips. Triple threat available. Ryan Lynch will dribble left. He'll bounce it in and work it in there in the paint. Phillips kicked it back out. 3-point shot. Long off the rim. Wouldn't go. Shot taken by Madden Ramsey. Hamilton Heights to the front court. In the front court, Jack Akasula. He'll work it right side. Shot in the air. Re-snap. Good. Timeout. Chad Ballinger is going to call a 60. Full timeout for Ballinger and the Huskies. And re-snap. Puts the 46th, 7th, and 8th point on the board. 54-48. Delta by 6. And again, we do thank you for tuning in. And a lot of things happening in the Hoosier Conference tonight. And this is one of them. Delta and Hamilton Heights. Logansport, Northwestern. That was a 6 o'clock game. Rensselaer Central, Western Boone, a 6 o'clock game. Benton Central, North Montgomery, 7:30 game. Covington Central Catholic, a 6 o'clock game. 5 games happening today in the Hoosier Conference. So, beautiful day outside. Nice place to be inside. And I should mention we tried to play a Kent Benson interview after the game Tuesday night. Audibly, it was hard to hear. You want to call me? I can send that interview to you. It's 27 minutes long. It is good. Kent Benson is real, and he's a gentleman. My phone number is 317 946 2424. I'll send it to you. Ball's going to be brought in. Backcourt. Delta. Chase Phillips, left of the bucket, going to bring it in. He'll get it in. Lucas Bragg. 2:55 left here in the fourth quarter. 54-48. Going to be a bump foul out top. Chase Phillips going to absorb a minor foul at center court. They're going to whistle this one on 14, Drew Woodruff. Drew Woodruff, a 6'5 junior. He picks up his third foul in the contest. Going to be passed to the backcourt, retrieved by Ryan Lynch. Austin Day guarding full court. We're going to right side on the dribble. Pin move, elbow, left side, and go the corner with it. We're going to back around. That was Ramsey. Now Phillips. Looks like Delta trying to take some clock here. Out top, Ryan Lynch. 2:28 clock moving. Crossover dribble. He'll dribble in. Go off the glass, 2-point bucket. Ryan Lynch for two. 56-48, an 8-point advantage for Delta. Hamilton Heights in the front court. On the dribble, right side. Takasula. Jack Takasula on the stationary dribble. He'll square it back up, working left side. Drew Woodruff. Out top, snap, 3-point shot. Wouldn't go. He got fouled. He'll shoot three. So snap will shoot three. It was right on target. But they're going to say Lucas Bragg got him before they landed. Let him NBA. They say if you foul him before you land, it's shooting foul. If you land, it's not the same. The first shot good. He'll get two more. Snap. Got the first one. Two more available here. Second shot good. One more. It's 56-50. Back in the ballgame for Delta. Number 13, Jackson Peters. Jackson Peters in the ballgame. Taking a breather for Delta is number 5, Chase Phillips, 6'2", junior. Third shot, got all three of them. Snap. Got the three there the old-fashioned way. That's a strike. 56-51, a 5-point advantage for Delta. Hard full court, Austin Day. Ryan Lynch, nearly a steal half court by Jack Takasula. We're working back around. Out top, moving the basketball out top. That's Ryan Lynch. Picked up by Austin Day. Austin Day on the back pedal. Working Ryan Lynch, you're going to dribble in. Defense, Walker Johnson underneath. He'll get the bucket, and he'll shoot one. Walker Johnson was down low on the baseline, just outside the paint. They penetrated and fed him. He went off the glass and got fouled, and he'll shoot one more. He got the bucket. So Will DeStefano back in the ballgame. 1:36 left. Taking a breather for Hamilton Heights, number 5, Austin Day. 3-point play opportunity. Didn't get it, long off the rim. He got two, though. Couldn't get the three. Hamilton Heights in the front court. Outside the arc, 3-point shot. Going up for the rebound. Drew Woodruff couldn't clean it. They're going to whistle a foul in the backcourt. They're going to call this foul on Hamilton Heights. During the rebound, 58-51. And that takes Hamilton Heights to the 5-foul plateau. So they'll walk the distance. And we'll see Walker Johnson at the foul stripe. He's been there one other time in this. I should say he was just there, but he was there one other time, I think in the first half. First shot rims off. Wouldn't go. Hamilton Heights going to sub in. It's going to be number 1, 5'11 senior, Cal Engel. Also checking in for the Huskies. Number 2, 6'2 junior, Caleb Sullivan. So Woodruff and Mitchell going to take a breather. I doubt if it's for long, might be offense defense. Second shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Sullivan. Outlet. Jack Takasula, front court. He's going to go baseline. He'll try to launch a shot, and they're going to call a foul And it's going to be right there, Walker Johnson. Trying to stand his ground. Foul whistled on Walker Johnson. He'll pick up his third foul in the ball game. At the free throw line, Jack Takasula. Was shot good. 58-52. Drew Woodruff back in the game. Jackson Mitchell back in the game. Taking a breather, Cal Engel and Caleb Sullivan. Second shot also good. Jack Takasula. The 5-point difference on the scoreboard. Delta 58, Hamilton Heights 53. And Walker Johnson's going to take a breather. Ball brought in backcourt. Delta gets it into Micah Bragg. Now back, or should say Lucas Bragg. Now the front court, Ryan Lynch. Ryan Lynch on the dribble. Going to be a reach in. Hamilton Heights going to commit a foul. They will stop the clock at 1:10. 1 minute, 10 seconds left. And they're going to whistle this foul. Hamilton Heights. Number 4, free snap, picks up the foul. He's played this whole game. Plays a clean game. And finally picks up his first foul. Free snap. Ryan Lynch at the stripe. First shot's good. Hamilton Heights going to check back in defensively with number 1, Cal Engel, and number 2, Caleb Sullivan. Taking a breather is Woodruff and Mitchell. 1 minute, 10 seconds left. 6-point ball game. 59-53, Delta in front. At the free throw line, Ryan Lynch, Delta Eagle. Second shot, good. 60-53. 1:08 in the front court, Jack Takasula. Outside the arc, 3-point shot, re-snap, rims around, got the best roll of the night. It bounced high and went through on a second carom. 3-point bucket at 60-56. 4-point advantage to the front court. That's Bragg, Lucas Bragg out top with the basketball. Ryan Lynch. They're going to whistle a foul. And then they're going to whistle a foul in the front court. So we called on the Huskies. It'll put the Eagles at the stripe. They're going to whistle this foul on number 2, Caleb Sullivan. He'll pick up his first foul in the ballgame. So at the free throw line, number 11, Ryan Lynch. First shot good. 61-56. Back in the ballgame, number 50, Walker Johnson. Taking a breather is number 4, Madden Ramsey. Ryan Lynch, one more shot. 61-56. Now 62-56. 6-point advantage for Delta. 42 seconds left in the front court. Re-snap. Re-snap. Going to make a pass out top. Going to be intercepted. Going back the other way. It's going to be a mild slam dunk by number 5, Chase Phillips. In the front court. Outside the arc. 3-point shot. Good. Will DeStefano. 64-59. 27.9 seconds remaining. We're in the fourth quarter. And we'll also mention games happening tonight. We're going to see during this timeout. Checking in for Hamilton Heights, number 3, Jackson Cantlin, and number 5, Austin Day. So working on, I should say, happening today in the Hoosier Heritage 5 games. Mount Vernon Marauders, Muncie Central, that's 6 o'clock game. Greenfield Central, Anderson, a 7:30 game. Connorsville, Yorktown, a 6 o'clock game. Delta, Hamilton Heights, right here. 27.9 left. 64-59. Delta by 5 in Shelbyville and Greenwood. That was a 6 o'clock game. The ball's going to be brought in. Backcourt. We brought in by Delta. We triggered in by number 13, Jackson Peters. He'll try to get it in. He'll bounce it in. He'll find it in there to Lucas Bragg. Guarding him was number 5, Austin Day. Austin Day going to commit a foul, stop the clock at 26.6. So Austin Day picks up his first in the contest. And after this first shot, we'll see a couple check in for the Huskies. At the free throw line, number 3, Lucas Bragg. 77% free throw shooter. He gets the first one. So taking a breather for the Huskies is Austin Day and Jackson Cantlin. So Will DeStefano back in the game. Low man on the block, right side of the lane on this free throw. Top man left side is Cal Engel. Second shot, good. For Lucas Bragg. Will be a 60-second timeout called by the Delta Eagles. 66-59, 7-point advantage for Delta. Hamilton Heights will have the basketball when we come back. And we do thank you for tuning in. And what a ball game. Hoosier Hysteria. Well, and it's alive and well. And let's just wonder if the next year that shot clock thing is just a myth. Maybe it's just a myth. But you don't have to make a change every year because you need to think you need to make. But anyway, we'll see what happens. At Hamilton Heights right here with the Delta Eagles. Second game on a Saturday night semifinal. The winner of this game will play tomorrow night versus the Yorktown Tigers at 7 p.m. right here in the field house, Newcastle Field House. Beautiful place. Largest gym in the nation back when it was about 10,000. Might still be 84-24 seating capacity. Can be brought in backcourt. Brought in by Stefano. He get it in. Working in the front court and be a foul whistle. Might have been by design. Jack Takasulis was just crossing the timeline. Now, if it wasn't by design, they're going to call a third foul. Huskies, they got one foul to give, does Delta. One to give. They got three. Go back to Jack Takasulis. Do dribble in. They go off the glass. 2-point bucket. Wouldn't go. Rebound. He get the ball back. Takasulis. He'll go to stripe. Takasulis will shoot two. 66-59. So there's a foul there, and that means that they'll have four. So the rest of the way, only 16.5 seconds remaining fourth quarter. Rest of the way, both teams will shoot two. Takasulis first shot, good. Back in the ball game for the Huskies. It's Austin Day and Jackson Cantlin, and back in the ball game for Delta, number 50, 6'7" freshman. 8.2 a game, 6.2 rebounds a game. Walker Johnson. Second shot, also good. Jack Takasulis. 66-61, going to toss it in. Ryan Lynch to the front court. 14 seconds. Huskies probably going to look to foul, and they did. I'm pretty sure Jackson Cantlin wanted to foul. He tried, but the ref wouldn't call it. Sometimes you got to foul a little bit more. But I'm telling you what, Cantlin didn't want to get an intentional foul. That he wanted to foul, but the ref called the second approach for the foul. So Ryan Lynch at the foul stripe gets the first one. Back in the ball game for Hamilton Heights, number 1, Cal Engel. Number 2, Caleb Sullivan. Taking a break is Austin Day and Jackson Cantlin. Also checking in the ball game for Hamilton Heights, senior, 6'8", number 35. That is Hayden Spicer. Hayden Spicer snaps the football. He's the center on the Huskies football team. Second shot, good. Number 11, Ryan Lynch. To the front court, 9 seconds. Hamilton Heights. 3-point shot off the glass, wouldn't go. Re-snap for 3, wouldn't go. They're going to whistle a foul. The rebound was secured by Delta. Number 13, Jackson Peters. And they're going to get a reach-in foul in the backcourt. Number 2, Caleb Sullivan. Caleb Sullivan has 2 in the ballgame. 3.4 left. They're in the fourth quarter, 68-61. Delta by 7. And at the free throw line, Delta Eagle, number 13, Jackson Peters. He gets the first one. Coach Ballander's subbing in. Number 24, Ethan Goodwin, 5'9" sophomore in the ball game for the Huskies. Taking a breather. Played his last high school game. What an athlete. Re-snap to the front court. Takasulis, 3-point shot, wouldn't go. That's going to complete the ball game. Final score here tonight. Delta Eagles 70. Hamilton Heights Huskies 61. And again, we do thank you for tuning in. We'll mention Put Me in Sports will not be here tomorrow. It's not possible. I subscribe And I should mention that I have a landlord. I have since 2008, and that's okay. So we do appreciate you tuning in. We thank our sponsors to help us through this game. IHSAA needs a little bit to do postseason games, and we appreciate our sponsorships. So we'll mention no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning.